Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the BME Talks Everything Wrestling. I am, of course, Courtney Wood, and joined with me as always is...
I'm Ricky Hart.
We have the core group here of the BME.
As always.
And we're doing something a little differently. In a rare scheduling not conflict, but happenstance, the BME made a rare appearance at KSWA.
The Keystone State Wrestling Alliance.
We got to see an incredible card entitled Kash vs. Flash 2 on the road to FanFest. I think we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today.
Yeah, there was a debut of some sort with a new wrestler debuting for them last night. First off, let me just go to record and say that the Teamsters Temple, where they wrestle in Lawrenceville, my God, is that a fantastic venue.
No offense to any other indie wrestling company, because we love wrestling. We are Pittsburgh independent wrestling. But that has to be the nicest venue I've ever been to for an independent show. The seats were nice. Their ring is amazing. The bathrooms were really, really clean.
Hot water.
They had hot water. There wasn't that general rapey vibe you get at the WrestlePlex. It wasn't dilapidated. I really enjoyed the Teamsters
snack bar
Temple.
was alright.
It was alright. It's no Jim Miller Snack Bar Emporium, but it was nice.
Prices were decent though.
Yeah, you have to give it to KSWA for giving you the cheaper prices on snacks, and their T-shirts are reasonably priced, and their merch table was cool.
Their ticket prices were reasonably priced too.
Yeah, $10 got us front row. It was awesome.
$10 you can get anywhere on the bottom floor. 15 they got a mezzanine area like above the ring, type thing. For an extra $5 you could sit up there. Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah, it was. I was really, really impressed. This was our first time in that venue.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't get to go to KSWA often, but I'm really glad.
I mean, the opportunity knocked and we jumped through that open door, so.
Yeah. So what do you say? You want to dive right into the
Let's go. Let's
card?
just dive right into it. So the opening match was a 6-man tag team match. It was the team of
the Mercenaries,
which is Nasty Nick Crane, all the way from Canada.
Shut up, Pav.
And the South American or the South African Sniper, with their manager, who's also their tag team partner, Mayor Mystery, taking on a relatively new 6-man tag team, I would say, even though one of them has been with them for a little bit. It was the gigantic Sam Squatch. Yes, that was his name, Sam Squatch. He's a big ass fucking Sasquatch character. The newcomer, L.A. Gold, and El Skeletorio.
If that's not your name, sorry.
Let me just say that this match was fun to watch. I mean, that's all I'm going to put to it. It was fun to watch.
I enjoyed seeing a Canadian get beat up by a dude in a Sasquatch costume.
Yeah,
that was amazing to me.
What was up with those goddamn 2 people up in the mezzanine cheering for him, saying, "Let's go Canada"? With Montreal Expo pennants. Montreal Expos haven't even been around since 1993. You're going to bring fucking pendants or whatever the fuck they're called? Like, if you're going to support the team, at least call them what they are, the Washington Nationals. Even they moved out of Canada.
I think with what you're saying, we need to acknowledge how ridiculous the KSWA fans are. They are pretty lit. They get into it.
I really enjoy that because, for once, we didn't get the crowd hyped. They were hyped from the get-go, from bell to bell. Where normally we go to like all these other ones and we are the hype starters.
Yeah.
So it really felt good to basically fit in for once and not be the social outcast.
Well, wherever we are the crowd. But it was nice to not have to carry everything.
Yeah.
I
know it gave my back a little break. I know it definitely gave yours a little break.
Yeah, I mean, we're still the loudest and we're still the best, but it was nice. So the big, massive Sam Squatch pinned the mayor from Parts Unknown, Mayor Mystery.
After a leg drop.
After a massive leg drop.
My only question is, how the fuck did that... Whoever you are as Sam Squatch, power to you, props to you, sir, because I don't know how the fuck you were moving around in that, let alone breathing.
Yeah.
That was impressive as shit.
Yeah.
So we have, the second match on the card was Mitch Napier versus one half of the KSWA owners, Tommy Fame. This match, to me, shouldn't have happened. I'm guessing there was some kind of reason behind this match. Mitch Napier won via the ankle lock submission. It was very, very slow paced.
Very methodical.
I guess that's the word you want to use, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have thoughts about this match?
I am a pretty harsh critic of one Mitch Napier. It's one of those instances where the gimmick is just lost on me, and no matter what he does, the gimmick just kills whatever he does. When he would come out with a singlet and doing the thumbs up, I became nauseated. Like, I couldn't do it. I do kind of like the more rough and tough, I'm going to wear jeans and a beater and kick your ass, Mitch Napier.
The Dean Ambrose looking Mitch Napier, basically.
Yeah, I was kind of digging that because he's a decent wrestler. Like, he's not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the gimmick kills it for me. And then to put him up with a guy as lovable as Tommy Fame, which, by the way, your tie was not pink. You're stupid.
Yeah, your tie had nothing to do with breast cancer awareness, sir. Let's just call tomatoes tomatoes and not fucking tomatoes, okay?
Yeah. You do have to get up for Tommy Fame for being able to wrestle in dress pants, though.
Yeah, and I believe he was wearing dress shoes. No, he had...
He had boots. Or he had shoes.
He had, wrestling shoes on. But yeah, wrestling in dress pants was pretty impressive on his part.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit for that.
So an interesting happened after this match. So as we stated before, Napier won via the ankle lock. They were... Oh, by the way, do you have something to say to the ref that match?
You're the worst, Theodore.
Believe that. Hashtag, it's real. It's damn real. Tommy Fame got on the microphone, and he immediately called out Tony Johnson. The thing behind this is he fired Tony Johnson. Don't know the reasons behind the firing or whatever, but he fires Tony Johnson, and so he kept calling out Tony Johnson. He kept calling out Tony Johnson. Tony Johnson never showed. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
So who comes out but this guy in a mask? Exactly. He calls himself the Ice Machine.
Ice Machine.
And for those of you that do follow KSWA, you do know that at their last show, the Ice Machine took the Golden Triangle Championship. Was it the Golden? No, it was a five. It was a 5-star championship.
No, Shane Starr's the 5-star champion.
I thought Shane Starr was the Golden Triangle champion.
Continue with your story, sir.
He took the 5-star championship. I'm going to go on a limb and say that I'm correct with this. He took the 5-star championship off of one Harley T. Morris. So, Harley Morris and his esteemed manager, the mad genius David Marbell, has been filing this petition claiming that Ice Machine is Tony Johnson and that he should not have ever been in that match, let alone won the title. So he demanded to have the title handed back to him. Well, Tommy Fame gave Ice Machine an ultimatum saying, if you want to be the champion, then you have to unmask to prove that you're not Tony Johnson. And it's either that or you hand over the belt. Well, he handed over the belt. So Tommy immediately gave the belt back to Harley Morris. Which led us into the third match of the night. Ice Machine versus Harley T. Morris in a non-title match. To me, this was one of the matches of the night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ice Machine, with his weird wrestling ability, and Harley has gotten extremely great in the ring. Very back and forth match. Ice Machine ended up winning the match. He got the pinfall. So I'm guessing because he won, that puts him in line for a future 5-star title shot.
I would assume.
I mean, he did beat the champion, so.
Yeah, and that's usually how it works.
Did you have thoughts on that match at all, or?
I thought it was awesome when the Ice Machine jumped off the top rope and gave him that chop. That he got a lot of height on that. Harley T. Morris is the 5-star champion, so you are correct, sir. I thought that was incredible. Two young guys giving it their all. It was a very incredible match. I was really impressed. I've always been impressed with Tony Johnson or Ice Machine, whatever you want to call him. And Harley, like you said, is just getting better and better each time.
Yeah.
To go up against Harley T. Morris is not something that's easy to do with the constant interference of one David Marbell, and they both tried their damnedest to get that mask off.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times when I thought that it was going to happen. But Ice Machine kept fighting, so I was really, really happy I got to see that match.
Mm-hmm. Now comes the tag team match. Two of KSWA's great tag teams go head to head in this match. It was she got my nose.
Got your nose.
We dubbed this the hashtag Got Your Nose match. We'll explain why in our description of the match, but it was the VIPs, Sean Blanchard and
Dr. Devastation and Martin,
aka Garbage Pants,
Garbage Pants,
against the team of Justin Sane and Lord Zoltan, collectively known as Party Gras. So a lot of funny antics went on during roughly this whole match.
Pretty much. It was pretty much from the whole match.
Which was the Zoltan and Justin Sane taking the noses of both Lou Martin and Sean Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point in time, Zoltan actually put Lou Martin's nose down his pants.
Yes.
Which was rather disgusting.
Well, what I think happened is our voices were heard. Garbage Pants got mad at me for calling him Garbage Pants, and what did Party Gras do? They took their ears, they took their noses so they couldn't smell the garbage pants. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, probably.
I do think Party Gras would have won had they had their normal antics, but they came out to different music, and I think that just killed their vibe.
Yeah, I mean, even though through all the antics and stuff, this match was actually really good.
It was entertaining, and it was definitely the best Party Gras match I've seen in a while.
I mean, I've been to a couple KSWA shows, and this is my first time seeing Blanchard and Martin together as the VIPs. I've usually used to see them in singles matches, because at one point in time, one was the heavyweight champion, one was the Golden Triangle champion. So it was really good to see them on the same, as a tag team. They mesh well together as the team. I believe the match ended when it was a assisted knee drop from the top rope onto Justin Sane.
Yeah. Do we have any proof if Justin Sane is not actually Malachi in like 10 years? Do you have
10 or 20.
10 or 20.
Yeah.
Do we have any proof that they're not the same person?
Are you trying to say that Malachi just
has a time machine,
and he goes 20 years ahead just to play Justin Sane, and then he goes back to being Malachi?
No, Justin Sane has a time machine and comes back 20 years in the past as Malachi.
So it's not like a Back to the Future type thing.
I don't know.
Anyway. Like I said, the VIPs picked up the hard-fought win, and they got their noses back.
All was right with the world. It was cool to see two of KSWA's most known tag teams compete. When you get that kind of environment, you get that kind of hype. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
They're the two of the best known teams. I mean, Zoltan's a legend.
Yeah.
There's just no way around that. And that word gets thrown around a lot, but
he really is, yeah.
He really is.
By the way, Zoltan, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Today's your birthday. Congratulations on being another year older and still, being Zoltan. I'm going to go on a record and say that the reason why the match went down the way it did with like a lot of those fun little antics, it was their Halloween show. There was a lot of children there, so this kind of fed into like the child mentality of I got your nose, it's funny type thing.
I just think you're always gonna have crazy antics with Party Gras involved, and when you get guys as serious as the VIPs, they're really easy to goat into things. So if it was that easy for me, I can't blame Party Gras for.
Yeah, and you could tell that Party Gras was actually having fun because they were breaking out and laughing all the time, like a lot during this.
Yeah. Like, when it's that easy, you kind of just have to go for it. It's just easy.
The next match on the card was, and no pun intended, a giant 6-man tag team match.
Yes.
And the one team, was big when the Jester was the smallest person on the team.
No offense, Chester. No offense.
But it was the team of Jester, T-Rantula.
The big T-Rantula.
And according to Courtney, the bully, Jack Massacre.
Massacre is a bully.
And they took on the team of Mike Malachi, however you want to say his last name, and the KSWA Tag Team Champions, the Spirit Asylum, Bobby Badfingers and Vinnie Stone. This match to me was hard hitting from both teams. I mean, there was, for all of you know, Malachi and Massacre used to be tag team partners, and they had a little downfall between them, so they have like a little rivalry now.
Was that a Malachi heel turn?
I believe so.
Yeah, because usually he was a fan favorite.
Yeah.
From what, I can recall.
I think what happened with that was when Jay Flash was going through his Giant Killer stage, he took out Malachi with a pipe.
Yeah.
And Massacre wasn't there for Malachi, he didn't back him up or anything, and I guess Mike took that to heart or whatever.
Alright.
I mean, everybody was wanting to see these two go head to head in this match, and it eventually happened, but for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So the team of Massacre, T-Rantula, and Jester picked up the victory by a big splash off the top rope from the Jester. So, of course, that team had to win Jester style.
They definitely won.
That's the only way to win.
We only do it Jester style here in the BME.
Like you, I was a little disappointed, though. We didn't get to see a fat guy cartwheel.
Damn you, Jester! I love you so much, and I didn't get a cartwheel again. That's okay. You still won Jester style. This match was pretty important to me. I've always been a huge fan of the Jester, and the big T-Rantula is a personal favorite of mine. Growing up close to Mud Hall, he was a big name there, just kind of like a local legend. And I'm going to open up the history books of me. My very first independent wrestling show, I saw Tarantula, and my very first independent wrestling t-shirt was one Tarantula. And I still have that shirt. I bothered the guy at the table because I was in middle school. I didn't have any money. I bothered the guy at the merch table so much he gave me a Tarantula shirt to leave him alone. And that was my first indie wrestling shirt, was given to me by the guy, whoever was running Tarantula's table, just leave him alone. So Tarantula's always been kind of cool, kind of personal to me.
And I've known T-Rantula for a long time, too. I mean, he started with another promotion that, I'm really fond of.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the mainstays of that promotion.
Yeah, he was the founding father, basically.
One of them, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let me just say, last night my dad went with us, which was really cool to have.
A rare big guy appearance.
Yeah. And he said, and I quote, that it's not very often that you see T-Rantula in a tag team match when he isn't the tallest person on his team.
Yeah.
That just shows you how tall Jack Massacre is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was hard-hitting from top to bottom. Vinnie Stone's, he surprised me how well he hung in there with everybody.
He tried. He did what he could.
He's not one half of the tag team champions for nothing.
I thought it was interesting how that team of Mike Malachi and the Spirit Asylum really cut the ring in half and tended to try and beat up Jester. Because that's a pretty sound strategy. I mean, you got two behemoths like Tarantula and Jack Massacre. So again, no offense to Jester, but you're gonna try and get the smaller man down.
The weakest link out of the two.
Yeah.
Out of the three, I'm sorry. Not that you're a weak link, Jester. We love you. You hung out. You hung your own in the ring full of giants.
Yeah, and you did pick up the win.
Yeah.
Jester style. I'm just perturbed that I didn't get to see a cartwheel.
Yeah. So this leads us into, I guess you could say it was a co-main event.
Why
Pretty
not?
much.
Why not?
It was the Golden Triangle Championship match. It was the champion Shane Starr defending against
The King Dale Douglas.
Bow to him. Ha ha ha! Again, a very back and forth match.
Mhm.
At one point in time, I actually thought that the King was going to walk out with the title.
Mhm.
But it ended up Shane Starr beat him via submission via the sharpshooter.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Shane Starr, from the first time that I've seen him, has impressed the fuck out of me. He is amazing in the ring. That's all I'm going to say.
So this match was very conflicting to me because ever since I started going to KSWA, I've been a huge fan of Shane Starr. I've always talked about how much I love Shane Starr's work. Like, I've always marked out for him. And I'm sorry, if you are not entertained by Dale Douglas, go the fuck home. You don't deserve to see it. It was a very, like you said, hard-hitting match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. For a multitude of reasons. I loved how, like, ridiculous Dale Douglas's laugh is. Like, if that doesn't get to you, like, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
And then Shane Starr is just always
Like,
impressive.
you shouldn't be a fan.
Yeah. Like, Shane Starr is just always impressive.
You just want to jump right into the main event?
Yeah. So this is what the show was pretty much built around. The epic showdown. It was Kash versus Flash. Pooh! For the KSWA heavyweight title. To me,
the title is fantastic. Like, the title itself
is beautiful.
Yeah. It's probably one of the most beautiful titles I've seen in indie wrestling.
Oh yeah, it's a gorgeous looking title. I think it's kind of cool how this match, like, came together and just really cemented what's been going on in Jay Flash's career.
Mm-hmm.
With his, like, downturn into, like, being a heel and everything else. And Chris Kash is just always amazing. Like, to me, these are the two top stars in KSWA. My personal opinion. I think they're the best two wrestlers that they have on the KSWA roster.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that can throw, like, Napier's name in there or Shane Starr's name in there.
I respect everybody else on the roster, but to me, those were the best. And these are two that definitely earned a main event spot and definitely worthy of the heavyweight championship. I have to raise the question. Is Chris Kash heavy enough to be considered a heavyweight champion?
So the reason, and I'm going to answer that question by stating how this match came about. The reason why this match came about is because Chris Kash cashed in his mandatory rematch clause.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Flash took the belt off of Chris Kash at their last show.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the heavyweight champion.
That doesn't answer my question.
It does, because your question was, can he be a heavyweight champion?
No, I asked, Does he weigh enough to be heavyweight champion?
Apparently he does if he held the belt before.
I'm just saying, he looks a little tiny. Anyway, that's just me hating. This match was absolutely incredible.
Fantastic.
Chris Cash, I give it up to you for not dying or breaking your neck. You took a few hellacious bumps.
The two or three German suplexes that you took, that second one, you clearly landed on the back of your noggin. I don't know how you didn't get knocked out or broke your neck from that, but
it was incredible to see. And then there was the side effect on the apron.
Yeah, but that was done to Jay Flash.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of spots in the match that were.
Chris Cash had this outside dive from from the ring to the outside.
He ran from one side of the ring and then jumped over.
He was literally a good 10, 15 feet after jumping from the ring. Like, he got height.
Yeah, it was incredible. And the fact that he was able to not only jump that far, but to have enough body control to not land
on somebody's lap.
Yeah. Like, pure athleticism.
By both of them, because Jay Flash didn't hold anything back either.
No. I've always been a Flash addict. Like, I've always spoke incredibly highly of Jay Flash. It's just hard not to.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And I'm actually glad to see him finally getting a true singles push while holding this title.
Yeah. But again, that's culminating with what's going on in his career. Like, we didn't think we would get to see Jay Flash back after that
horrific leg injury.
Yeah, like, that was just nasty. And then to see him not only be able to come back, but to come back to be champion.
Proves the man has heart.
Yeah, like, you may not like the new attitude change. I personally do. I'm just not digging the haircut. But you cannot question the man's heart and his ability to go. Like, Jay Flash is just incredible.
Jay Flash did pick up the win in this match. If I'm not mistaken, he hit him with the title belt and picked up the win, right?
It was the pipe. He had like a pipe or some kind of...
Yeah, but I mean, that's how he hit him with something to pick up the win, right?
So Jay Flash has the title, and Theodore sees it. He takes the title. Jay Flash has his hands behind his back and clubs the fuck out of Chris Cash to pick up the win. I don't know how satisfied I am with that ending. It did make sense though. It was very logical.
It cements him as a heel.
It does. And then if you look at it, there was ending move after ending move that just kept getting kicked out of. Like, you kind of have to go for something a little underhanded when you give your opponent
your best, and it's still not enough to keep him down.
Yeah.
So after the match, out comes Mitch Napier, and he has...
good guy Mitch Napier again. Sorry, go ahead.
Do that again? Alright. He basically attacks Jay Flash and throws his Battle Bowl contract the contract for a title shot that he won at Battle Bowl at Jay Flash, basically saying that at the FanFest, there we go,
December 3rd,
that he will be cashing in his Battle Bowl contract for a heavyweight title shot. I'm just curious. I mean, I know Jay Flash can go with anybody, but do you think he has what it takes to keep up with Napier?
No, it's does Napier have what it takes to keep up with Jay Flash?
Yeah, but Napier can throw suplexes left and right though. Is that gonna be like is that gonna be
alright,
like is that gonna be Flash's downfall?
Alright, again, I don't like the best around Mitch Napier. I just don't think he has what it takes to win with the good guy attitude. That's why I said I really liked the hard-edged, more Dean Ambrose-esque character, and then he just throws it away to be the best around. I personally don't see Jay Flash losing to that guy. I don't.
Yeah. Overall, we do, like we like to give our, out of scale of 1 to 10, we like to give our rating on the shows. Overall, I'm going to give this KSWA show an 8. And it's not just based off of the matches, but to me it's based off the venue. They get a 7 just on the venue alone. And I'm basically giving them a 1 for their matches, because some of their matches were...
I would have to give it a 7 if I had to. Entertainment wise, it's definitely more like an 8 or a 9, because you always get entertained at KSWA.
Mm-hmm.
The matches may not be the greatest caliber overall. I'm talking from beginning to end.
Each worker puts their heart into the match,
and you leave entertained. Like, it's always a good time. So I'm definitely happy I got to go, and I hope that they start scheduling more KSWA shows when we have the opportunity to make them. Just make them a little more, like, announce them more.
Like, unfortunately, their next show, December 3rd...
No, their next show at the Teamster Temple
is December 3rd.
Right.
Which is FanFest.
Right.
That is...
a Code Red show.
Is, conflicting with another show that we go to.
It's our show. We can say it's Code Red.
But if you get the chance to go out, if you're in the Lawrenceville area on December 3rd, and you like independent wrestling, go to the Teamsters Temple.
Bring lots of toys for their toy drive.
Yeah. Pay the $10. It's definitely worth the $10 to get in.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have wrestling analyst Bill Apter there. Former WWE Tag Team Champion Demolition.
The longest reigning.
And former NWA Heavyweight Champion, former WWE Intercontinental Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat there too. So it's
the Dragon.
It's going to be a good show, and like I said, for $10, you're going to be entertained either way.
Oh yeah.
So if you're out in the Lawrenceville area, December 3rd, don't have nothing to do, go to the store, buy some toys, take it to their toy drive, watch yourself some wrestling.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And they're also doing a show in November. What day was that? The 13th? 12th? The 3rd?
I want to say it's... Hold on. I want to say it's the 12th, but I'm not sure. Yep, it's the 12th.
November 12th, they're doing a show for the Sharpsburg Fire Department.
Yeah. Those are always really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with KSWA is they, like we said before, their ticket prices to get into places are really cheap, but they do a lot of charity events. They do a lot of free shows, they do a lot of charity events. This one on November 12th is a charity event for the Sharpsburg Fire Department.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to have to miss that one because that's a...
Code Red show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The November show is actually going to be 2 days for Code Red.
The 12th and the 13th.
Paul Slam. So, unfortunately, we have prior obligations.
Yeah.
So.
But just like Courtney said, though, KSWA, get on your shit. Start announcing shows ahead of time.
Properly advertising them. Like, properly advertise them.
Maybe come 2017, we'll hit up some more KSWA shows. I would definitely love to go back to see a KSWA show soon.
Yeah. Definitely.
Other than that, this was episode 6. Again, we talked about the KSWA Flash vs. Kash 2, the road to FanFest. I'm going to bid you guys adieu.
Mm-hmm.
I am Ricky Hart. This is, if you don't know her name by now, then shame on you guys. We've done these for 6 episodes. You should know us.
Oh,
now.
wait a minute. Hold on. I completely forgot a tangent to go on. Screw you, Harley Morris, trying to call us out like we're not loud enough for you.
Mm.
Alright. Don't worry, we heard you. We always make sure you hear us. But apparently, we weren't loud enough for Harley T. Morris. I'll keep that in mind next time. Oh yeah, bye. Hey!